Photographing animals in the wild is fascinating for both professional nature photographers and ordinary people who simply enjoy studying the diversity of life forms. The process of photographing animals in the wild doesn't really raise many questions. The same canons and principles apply here as in ordinary photography. However, the interactions with the models come with many different difficulties. To get a good shot of animals in the wild, the photographer needs to be very determined, have unlimited patience, and of course, courage. Hello everyone! Today we'll get to see nature photographers in action. Stay with us, it will be interesting. Many people experience true horror even at the mention of sharks, let alone when they come across one. But look at this cutie. It loves being petted and tickled. This shark definitely deserves to get the title Miss Smile and Friendliness. This fur seal doesn't seem to mind making friends and taking pictures, so much so that it's literally giving it all of itself in its warmth. The important part is to be able to handle the amount of its friendliness and warmth. This photographer was lucky to get a very helpful model. Not only is it happy to pose for the pictures, but it also gave its cubs complete freedom. Aren't they just the cutest? But still, one shouldn't forget about the wild dispositions of these cute cats. Not all cheetahs are good-natured. To get high-quality field photographs of animals, it's important to observe them first, which takes a lot of time. But sometimes, the so-called models take matters into their own hands. It seems that this beauty is clearly waiting for a reward for its work. Or maybe it wants to continue the photo shoot? Elephants are often thought to be very friendly. However, just like people, they are all different, and sometimes their behavior can be difficult to predict. Actually, elephants can be quite aggressive, so despite their seeming sluggishness, it's better to be on the lookout when interacting with them. But as they say, a life without risk isn't worth living. See the amazing shots brave photographers have managed to take. Don't forget that most of the time, animals won't pose. One must learn to feel when the animal is ready to let someone in their personal space, even if only for a few minutes. But when contact is established, the photographer can get great shots even when the animal isn't exactly the friendliest one. We can see a great example of that in this cute video with the rhinoceros. Gorillas are the largest and strongest primates in the world. But despite their intimidating appearance, they are sometimes rather friendly. It looks like this group of gorillas doesn't mind the family photo shoot in the least. To take a photo of a wild animal up close, one needs to study it very well to be able to read its behavior. However, extra precautions never hurt. This video shows the photographer using a special cage to get closer to a polar bear. Imagine the surprise of the photographer when the bear got so interested in this contraption, and maybe the photographer too, that it didn't just come up to it, but even decided to climb inside and get to know the photographer better. Incredible whale encounter footage. Whales are the largest mammals on Earth, and they are very friendly. But this whale kept trying to push the woman out of the water for some reason. Maybe it didn't like her company. However, once in the boat, the woman saw sharks circling the vicinity. It became clear that by pushing her out of the water, the whale probably just wanted to save her life. That's so caring and touching, isn't it? So many things can happen when shooting animals in the wild. Maybe this lioness didn't like the camera that was filming it, or maybe it was the other way around, and it likes the camera a bit too much. But the animal decided to take it and keep it. It's a good thing that the equipment remained in working order after such manipulations, and only the marks left on the camera will remind the photographer of his adventure. Attempts to photograph a deer turned into a fairly close acquaintance. I'm pretty sure the photographer will remember this moment for a long time. Fortunately, the animal turned out to be good-natured. Meerkats are very active and curious animals. I think this photographer enjoyed his work with these animals. They didn't just manage to take good pictures, but also to make some friends in the wild. These seagulls clearly didn't want to be photographed, but the persistent photographer didn't back down, so they had to do something about it. The seagulls took the camera, but then apparently took pity on the photographer and returned the camera to its owner. I think he learned his lesson. Did you know that hippos are considered to be the most dangerous animals in Africa? It's all about their size and aggressive disposition. More people die from their attacks than from the attacks of any other animals. Therefore, shooting a hippo up close isn't an easy task. To get the coveted pictures, the photographers installed a hippo-shaped camera structure. I wonder what will happen to it when the hippos figure it all out. Did you know that orangutan means man of the forest? Or the fact that despite all the differences in appearance, the orangutan is only genetically different from a human by 3%. Look at these amazing shots. This monkey is very diligent, cutting the branches. Yes, the orangutan's body structure isn't all that similar to the human. Groundhogs are naturally shy and tend to avoid human contact. But it looks like they like this photographer. I wonder how he managed to win them over. It definitely must have been some kind of a treat. The ability to change color depending on the situation is inherent in more than just one living creature. But the way the reef squid does it is something amazing. It's hard to look away from how the colors and patterns of the reef squid change when exposed to external stimuli. Do you think the photographer was surprised when the lioness came so close to him from the opposite direction that no one expected her from? I'd say so. What does this penguin want? Treats as payment for the opportunity to take a couple of photos? Or does it want to check on the quality of the pictures? Among all the birds living in the harsh conditions of the north coast of the Atlantic, the puffin, or as it is sometimes called, the sea parrot, stands out for the brightest color. Sometimes we are as interesting to animals as they are to us, and sometimes it is thanks to the curiosity of the beings of observation, which they don't hesitate to satisfy, that photographers manage to make amazing photos and videos. These baby penguins look so cute, and it seems that they're perfectly happy with the photographer's presence and don't mind getting to know each other better. That's all for today. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you like this video, and subscribe to our channel. Bye!